What's up, world? The Toothless Wonder, man, coming back with another, I was going to say Facebook, YouTube video, whatever. I know these joints be like crude or, just very impromptu. And I ain't with all the glitz and glamour. I'm going to piggyback off a video, well, a few videos, that New Breeder uploaded today. And I think the last one was just in reference to, I'm going to sum it up like this, just moving forward, like Tupac said, against all odds. Um, Unbeknownst to me at the time, in real time, like, my high power, man, you know what I'm saying? He be working on me in areas that I'm not conscious of in real time. It's only until like it dawns on me or it's revealed to me that I see like what I was going through or why I was having these certain proclivities or inklings to move a certain way or do a certain thing or have a certain mentality. Um, and I know it's easier said than done. And trust, believe, I've been betrayed more times than I can remember. I've been left for dead, literally and figuratively. Uh, I've been kind of like held back by the people I was protecting, but then my presence in whatever so elevated them. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's been a lot, but again, because he's changed my mentality, it was all part of the journey anyway, and that's how I look at it now. So, and and I went through a certain amount of resentment or whatever, but he kind of spun the mirror around on me. He gave me the warning sign. I hadn't been fooling with him, but because of this misplaced loyalty concept I held at the time. And I know I got my fault, so I can kind of, it's not that I don't look past, I see it, but I ain't necessarily judging you on it. You know what I'm saying? And I think everything happens on time. But had I took heed to it, I might be a little further along, but I don't even get all caught up in that. I'm at where I'm supposed to be at. I'm like, what was that, Colombiana? I'm exactly where he knew I'd be at through the duration of time. And now I understand why I believe I don't have them mixed up, but patience or hardship producing patience. I might got it mixed up. Hardship producing patience, patience, endurance. And then the endurance and weathering these storms and coming out and learning lessons and so on, it fully equips you to do anything according to his will. I had a partner of mine, right, when I went back to treatment this last time to put the capstone in it, which really was whatever come down the pike, I'm going to deal with it, and I ain't stepping off the path. Um, I met a partner of mine at the time who had a lot of similar experiences to me, a lot of similar mindsets. So, you know, I ain't gonna say I took him, but we befriended each other, whatever you want to call it. And the difference between me and him is he chose to stay in victim mentality. He chose to live in the past. When he had seen me move forward, he had seen me struggle out of things gracefully. He had seen me get breakthroughs. You see what I'm saying? In real time, I'm telling him how I'm moving, woo da woo da woo, in an effort that maybe he can take some of that and add it to his campaign. Ultimately, what ended up happening, I had to cut him off because as I continued to go forward, um, I noticed he started becoming a hindrance. Or he would say little stuff that make me think like he wants something to happen. Or I want to say what's up to happen. He want to see me in a situation I can't get out of because he's seen me work out of situations because it take work numerous times. And this was a brother I was helping, I was encouraging. I broke bread with him. I broke I call sweet potatoes money just to keep him encouraged. And he wasn't a good steward of our friendship. So ultimately, he was operating the way he was operating. And I guess you can't really say when somebody's supposed to get over something. Um, but I wasn't working, but I was still doing things. So I would tell him, what I'm doing, what time. And I noticed he kept calling me with nothing. And he would do it repeatedly. So in frustration, I remind him, like, cuz, man, I thought I told you, woo woo woo. Oh, yeah, cuz, woo woo. All right, bet he don't do it the next day. The following day, he back at it again. And it had me wondering, like, now I got to wonder about my main man. And I had been perceived that I was going to have to make hard decisions and have mental funerals for people who are still living. Not that, and I never wanted to be one of them brothers who think he better than somebody I can't hang with. It ain't even that. And when we're having these conversations, he talking about the past and other people, which ain't gonna get him nowhere, and I don't want to hear it. And I'm talking about solutions and things I've learned that he don't internalize and then attempt to put into practice. So I'm like, man, ain't no point. So I let him go. And I was hoping as a last, if I let him go, if his right hand man let him go, maybe this will be just enough of a shock to get him to look at himself and add to it, whatever. Like even little stuff he can do, like he would, talk to me about, and I heard Grown Man Business Channel say this, like everybody got problems, but I'm more on the solution. So if you got a problem and then 6 months later you still talk about the problem, I don't want to hear it because you're not even trying to solve it. I heard it said somewhere, it seems like people are falling in love with the problem more than the implementation of the solution, because the solution actually requires work or stepping out your comfort zone. They just want to continue to do what they do without the consequence. It don't work like that, yeah. It ain't work like that when I was trying it, and it really didn't hurt me because I'm all about the mission, whatever that may be. But I heard from him like, damn, cuz, I got roll on you, cuz. You know what I mean? I got to. Like I did so many situations, and it just reminds me of, the grace and mercy that I came to these epiphanies in order to do something about it. I don't took the harder way, but I see the benefit in it now. You know what I mean? And now, can't nobody do nothing with me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in my, social interactions. The very few and limited I had, most of them are at work. But I do aspire to continue to grow and get around brothers that know a little more than me, not just spiritually, but maybe tangibly, like a skill trade. Because I'll be honest, I don't want to go to school and learn nothing. I want another brother in the truth teach me. You know what I mean? I don't want them people part my story. Granted, you can loot a lot, that's my own thinking, but I'm just trying to move forward. I even now, and then having tasted like breakthroughs, tasted overcoming to a degree, like that's my new addiction. Part of me wants battles to see what I'm made of and to see what my mind can come up with and see the grace and mercy, the favor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just got a new one, and I know y'all be seeing me smoke these cigarettes, right? And it's on my mind, so on my mind I got it. But I just heard a video, and this is how I'm gonna have to look at it in order to stop. The same way, ultimately, I stopped drinking, alcohol, smoking weed, right? Because I see what it did in my life, and that best kept me in mediocrity. I came to despise that behavior or me doing that. The people that had me around, the consequences, financially, can't get up, whatever. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing with cigarettes. I'm gonna have to despise it, because once I despise something, I go to war with it, and that's how I gotta look at it. So I'm gonna pray on that tonight to increase the, what I mean. Well, yeah, this is just a quick one about just moving forward. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's either it is or it ain't. What else you gonna do? Yeah, it hurt, and I'm not being dismissive of it. But trust and believe, I done cried and did all that like everybody else. But they can't. Nah. I got to have the last laugh. Nah, not them people. And then the people that do that, they're technically beneath you, operating in that manner. Not letting no spineless jellyfish beat me up in the long game. You got to be crazy. By the time they get near the finish line, I'm always sitting there drinking lemonade with a smile on my face. And that's the key too, not getting resentful and becoming like them. It was tempting, but I just couldn't do it. Like from what I understand, there's no sin in being tempted. It's when you yield to it, that's when you mess up. But I just want to drop a quick one about moving forward. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Ooh,